Hi, my name is Mehow, and in just a moment I'm going to show you a 3-second trick used by mind readers and magicians that makes you the most interesting man she's ever met. Not only do entertainers and talk show hosts use this trick to captivate audiences of hundreds of thousands, this secret is also used by some of the world's most powerful men for good and evil. Greedy politicians trick hardworking people into voting for their shady agendas. Reality show celebrities become famous for no reason, and cult leaders make people follow them to the ends of the earth. All because of this one 3-second technique. Every charismatic person I've studied uses this trick to make people hang on their every word. And this trick works especially well on beautiful young women. Men just like you have gotten famous simply because they use this trick even though they were unaware of its power. Once you simply become aware of this technique, you'll finally become one of the few men in the world for whom seducing beautiful women is effortless. In fact, I watched my new boss use this trick to get a promotion and then the super hot secretary in our office. And she had no clue he was using it. When I first started using it for myself, I was skeptical, especially because of how simple and easy it was. When I finally fully realized how this trick works, I immediately got 1 million views on my YouTube channel. Then I had people recognize me on the street. And finally, when I used this trick on women, I got laid like crazy. Take a look. But that was just the beginning of what this secret can do. In 2013, in just 3 months, 5 million men and surprisingly 5 million women previewed my trick via my live TV show on Yahoo Screen. But because I was on live television, I held back and kept the most powerful parts of this technique hidden from view. But watching all those happy couples on my show made me realize that I should at least test teaching this secret to more men. If you're lucky enough to be watching this video, you're invited to my secret society, an in-group of guys who I'll teach my secret methods. The system will be less effective the more members there are. You might only have hours before I take this video down, so I suggest you watch now. In fact, this secret is so powerful I found it locked up in this briefcase, which I called the atomic briefcase. In fact, I'm actually using this secret on every sentence in this video. By the end of this video, you'll know the method and the incredible true story of how I accidentally stumbled upon it. Plus, I'm going to share 7 more secrets so forbidden I had to pry them out of the atomic briefcase. That's why you have to watch this video all the way to the end right now to find out how these secrets work. By the end of this video, you're going to know the #1 thing you're doing wrong when you talk to women. This mistake instantly fries any attraction she might feel for you and leaves you paralyzed in the friend zone forever. Better yet, I'll show you how women talk men into making one critical mistake over and over, when it's actually the worst thing you can do, and how to never fall in that trap again. And finally, I'm going to show you a powerful and funny example of how to talk to a woman in a way that makes her want to f you as fast as possible. And you'll be able to do this without buying her a bunch of drinks or wasting money on dates. Now listen, I know there's a lot of stuff out there about how to pick up girls or how to talk to girls or how to trick girls into liking you, but this is nothing like that. You may think you have tried it all and seen it all, but I guarantee you have never seen anything like this before. First, I'm going to share a story with you that's pretty embarrassing. You'll see why in just a moment. In fact, there was one part that was so embarrassing that I never wanted to show my face in public again after it happened. So keep watching, but promise not to laugh. Deal? I wasn't always a dating expert, and I certainly wasn't always a guy you'd see with tons of women around him all the time. In fact, years ago, I was absolutely horrible with women. When I was in my 20s, I dated a new woman once every 2 years. And most of them were only first dates. To say that I sucked with women would be the understatement of the year. I was so skinny that I looked anorexic. I had pasty white skin that made me look sick and unhealthy. The only women I could date were the ones who happened to like me. I had no choice in the matter. When I hit my late 20s, I lucked out and met a woman who liked me just enough to give me a chance. After we dated a short while, I asked her to marry me because I was afraid I'd end up losing her just like all the others. To my total surprise, she said yes, and I made sure we got married as fast as humanly possible. Because honestly, I was worried she'd change her mind. But the problem was that I was still totally naive with women, including my wife. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to be engaging, interesting, and attractive, so She cheated on me multiple times and finally left me. Catching her red-handed didn't help me keep her or get me out of my mental decline. I can't tell you how crappy it felt to watch my own marriage slowly slip away right before my own eyes, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I knew I needed to change something, but I didn't know what something was, because women never revealed the real reason why they left. Like nothing you do works to make them want to be with you. And at this point in my life, I thought things couldn't get worse, although they were about to. Once I became involuntarily single again, I couldn't get a date for another 2 years. That's when I got fed up and began looking for answers online. It wasn't long before I discovered all these pickup artist guys on the internet, and I started learning everything I could from them. After all, these were guys who promised the magic keys to attracting all the women I could ever want, so of course I wanted to do whatever they told me. In fact, I was so clueless and desperate that I bought this thing called the Atomic Briefcase that I showed you earlier in the video. It's a clear, lucite briefcase that I found online and imported from Japan. The reason why I bought this thing was because these pickup artists told me that I needed to do something called peacocking. Just like male peacocks draw attention to themselves with their colorful feathers, guys draw attention to themselves by wearing cool clothing or having weird accessories that stand out and get women to notice them and come talk to them. Well, that sounded pretty good to me because women almost never noticed me. So I decided that I was going to be the brightest, most neon in the entire room, so women had to notice me. And that's where I bought this crazy briefcase and filled it with glow sticks. Believe it or not, I used to actually bring this thing to bars and nightclubs with me. I would even keep my portable PlayStation in there so I could show girls pictures of how cool I was. And you know what? Here is the crazy part. It worked. Girls did notice me, but now I had another problem. You see, lots of girls in the clubs wanted to talk to me just to see what this guy with the briefcase was all about, but I still had nothing interesting to say to them. And so once the novelty of the Atomic Briefcase got used up, the women would quickly excuse themselves, walk away, and go talk to some other guy. And once again, I was standing there alone, holding my stupid briefcase, wondering why women weren't into me. All I wanted was to know how to make women want to date me and sleep with me. I wanted this so bad. And you know what? I know you want that for yourself too. I knew that I was in a position where I needed to change, but one thing had to happen before I really got it. And pay attention because this is the crucial part of the story. I'll never forget this. It was November 10th, 2005 at around 10 p.m. I was out with some friends one night, this place called the Airport Lounge, and to be honest, I was feeling like about myself because of my divorce, but I promised myself I'd keep trying to get back out there, so I forced myself to go out with my buddies. So there I am at the club holding my Atomic Briefcase, and after like the 7th girl walked up to me and then quickly lost interest and excused herself, I was feeling like I was ready to go home. I felt like I was never going to be able to meet women because I just wasn't good looking enough or rich enough or whatever. And just then I looked over and I saw my buddy Steven next to me talking to a woman. And they were close enough so I could hear him, and that's when it got interesting. I knew immediately that something was different about this interaction. Stephen was talking to her in a way that I have never seen or heard before. I stood there in amazement as I watched her hanging all over him after only a minute or two. Then she excused herself to the bathroom but promised she'd be right back and he'd better not leave and all that other stuff. But it didn't matter because by the time she got back, 2 more girls were flirting with him and giving him tons of attention, and now she had to compete with them. Now, hold on a second. Steven is an average-looking guy. He wasn't dressed well at all, and yet he's got 3 beautiful women competing for his attention. And here I am sitting in the club, dressed nicely and carrying this stupid $2,000 see-through briefcase, and he has all these gorgeous women smiling at him, twirling their hair, touching him, and some of them downright making out with him after only a minute or 2 of talking to him. What the was I doing wrong? Not only were the women hanging on him at the club, but he could take any one of them home with him, and trust me, he did. Often. I never understood why this guy had so many women in his life always calling or texting him or wanting to hook up, but now the puzzle pieces were starting to come together. He did something unique when he talked to women, and that's what got him those crazy results night after wild night. It wasn't about looks or status or even money. He knew the secret to these gorgeous women in a way that created instant sexual attraction, and I didn't. You see, that is the lesson of the atomic briefcase. You can use all the gimmicks in the world to get women to pay attention to you, but if you don't know how to talk to them in a way that creates a sexual response, they quickly lose interest and move on to someone else. Obviously, I demanded to know everything about this new way of talking to women that Stephen was using. After the club, we went home and I interrogated him about this. I was determined to find out exactly what he was doing and how he was doing it. I needed to know how. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Only the chosen few are ready for this truth, but I will prove it to you. Come out with me tomorrow night and listen to how I talk to girls. I guarantee you'll almost never hear me speak for more than 3 seconds at a time, and the women will do almost all the work." So we went out, and I stuck to him like glue all night. I listened closely to every conversation, and he was right. Almost every single thing he said was less than 3 seconds long, but it got huge emotional reactions from women, and they loved it. They didn't care that they didn't know anything about him. He was giving them what they wanted, and they rewarded him by touching him, smiling, flirting, and having sex with him in the bathroom stalls. Okay, I gotta be honest, this pissed me off a lot because he was right. I was more like the 30-second man, and women didn't seem to care about what I was saying. Even though I was sharing information about myself like my mom and the other women always told me to do. For years, I took advice from my female friends who just told me, "Be yourself, and then the right women will find you attractive." Yeah. Later that night, we went back to my place, and that's when he explained the rest of it. "Mehow," he said, "you talk to women for minutes at a time, sharing details about your life, your hobbies, showing them pictures of you doing cool stuff, etc. And have you noticed that women simply do not give a shit? That's why they excuse themselves and walk away. It's not that you're a bad person. It's just that they don't get any value out of the interaction. They want emotions, not information." He explained to me that women don't get any value from the data and information about myself that I shared with them. The only thing that matters to women in social interactions is emotional spikes. Women are addicted to emotional spikes. Why do you think they watch stupid talk shows? To be informed? No, they like the emotional ups and downs they experience. Why do you think they watch reality shows? Emotional ups and downs. Why do you think they date macho jerks? Because regardless of whether or not they like the guy logically, he makes them feel something. And those strong feelings are like crack to most women. Mehow, the secret that makes women want me is that I learned how to easily talk for shorter bursts of time. No more than 3 seconds, which makes my entire personality a delicious, glowing tribute to female emotional ecstasy, and they can't keep their hands off me. So crack open the champagne and ditch the atomic briefcase, because I'm about to show you how to have an atomic personality that gives you years of effortless romantic fulfillment in the daytime, at night, and online. So he took a glass from the shelves. He brought it to the kitchen sink and said, "Okay, Mehow, now take a look at this glass. Let's say the women are like this empty glass, and what they really want is to be filled up with water. The water in this case is the emotional value they're getting from talking to you." He turned the faucet on, but it was only a tiny stream of water pouring out. So Stephen said, "Now watch this. I'm going to time this water for 30 seconds to see how full the glass gets." We waited and we measured, and it was less than half full. He said, "This is what happens when you talk to women. Now watch this." And he dumped the water out of the glass. Then he turned the faucet on full blast for 3 seconds and then turned it off and looked at me. The glass was totally full. This is what happens when I talk to women. So considering that what women want is to have their glass filled up, would they rather invest lots of time talking to you, or would they rather talk to me and get what they want in a matter of seconds to the point where they're overflowing? You see, women got an endless thirst for what I'm laying down. I have never in my life heard anything like this before. Stephen and I called this thing we were discussing a value velocity. You see, most of us were taught that we should try to talk to a woman for as long as possible during the first interaction so she has a chance to get to know us. But instead, what we need to be focused on is talking longer, but talking in short, high-value bursts that are about 3 seconds long. Think sprinting and then letting her run or walk for a while to catch up to you. And then you quickly sprint again. Before long, she's chasing you straight to the bedroom. Let me give you some real-life examples that will have it all make sense and click in your mind. Here's how the old you might communicate. So you say, so what do you do for work? And she says, I'm an accountant. You say, oh, cool. My buddy, he's an accountant. And so I respect accountants because he's super cool. So, you're also super cool. Generally, I think accountants are smart. I think an engineer like me could hang with an accountant. So can I get you a drink? Bye. Okay, the new you is going to handle this very differently. So what do you do for work? I'm an accountant. No way. I love accountants. Really? No, not yet anyway, because I might get annoyed by you. Why? Because when we're in bed together, you'll count out all the tiles in the ceiling. You're funny. Oh my God. I'm really into nerds, actually. I went out with this cute nerd in high school. Can you see how much more powerful the second example is? And that's an example of the way Stephen and I talk to women. When you talk like this, then you don't have to have long conversations to convince her to be interested in you. So here's another one. She could say anything, and your reply is, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. And this actually works even better the less hot physically you are. Well, I don't know. We're talking about your t-shirt again. My friend had one like that. I got it off this cool little store on Main Street. You tried to rape him also? Yes, totally. I destroyed his shirt in the process, but he was rich so he could afford another one. I mourn for the shirt. Oh my God, you're funny. And she'll touch you. Okay, you can have me, but you can't have my shirt. So now you may be wondering, does it work? I tried it myself the next time I went out, and I couldn't believe the results. All of a sudden, women were finally interested in me, and I was talking far less, putting 1/4 of the effort I used to for 10 times the results. They were hanging on me, touching me, and handing me their phone numbers. And after a few days of this, they were texting me late at night demanding that I come over and hang out, if you know what I mean. First, I thought I was lucky, but then it kept happening. Night after night, I would go out to all kinds of social gatherings and try it out, and it worked almost every single time. Hey, nothing works 100% of the time, and anyone who tells you it does is foolish. I felt like I had a magic wand, and I wanted to use it on every woman I was attracted to. All of a sudden, I went from getting one date every 2 years to having dates and getting laid a minimum of 5 nights a week. And here's some photographic proof. I want to make sure this wasn't just some dumb stroke of luck, and so I began sharing it with my friends on the internet who were also struggling with women. One by one, I started hearing insane success stories. I felt like we discovered a magic formula that could be repeated and taught to anyone who wanted to attract and sleep with hot women. I spent the last decade perfecting this unique method of talking to women and teaching it to thousands of men all over the world through private coaching and live workshops. Men just like you gladly pay thousands of dollars to me to take them out at night and show them how to talk to women in this unique way. The results they were getting were absolutely crazy. Here are just some of the success stories I received from my students. Now, this guy, he was a virgin until he met us. Thanks, Mehow. I owe this night to you. It's the first time I've ever experienced same-night sex. What a roller coaster ride. I'm doing it again tomorrow now that I know the secret. And that's from Craig, 28, in England. This guy thought he was a nerd that would never, ever get any. So I had to write you. Sunday, I was at the car wash of all places and chatted up this real hot real estate agent who drove a Mercedes. We ended up hooking up in the master bedroom at one of her open houses. This works. And that's from Daniel in Connecticut. He's 32. And this guy had the world's thickest accent. After a night of trying out the new method, I thought at first that everything was going to be roughly the same. Little did I know that after a few hours of practice, I'd have an HB9, which in pickup speak just means a 9, with a boyfriend chasing me around the venue whilst her friends tried to stop her. The edge elements and the whole new comfort system feel so organic. This has been what has been missing for me personally, and I can't thank you enough for it. And that's from Tyler in Sweden. And those are just a few of the hundreds of written and video testimonials I've gotten from guys all over the world. Men of all ages, from guys as young as 18 to men in their 60s, all of them more happy than they've ever been in their lives because they finally possess the key to make women want them. One of the most common things I hear from men is that women who used to ignore them suddenly started paying attention to them and asking them out on a date. Can you imagine that? Go ahead. Right now, think of some women at your job or in your social circle who have always treated you like you were invisible. Now imagine them flirting with you and asking you out for a date. That's what's possible when you know how to talk to women using the method I'm about to show you. As you can imagine, this kind of wild success doesn't go unnoticed by the media. I've already told you about my own internet TV show with over 10 million viewers on Yahoo. Here's the bigger news. The web show is becoming a major cable network show that'll be airing in the fall of 2014. Because of all the media commitments, I don't have time to teach too many live workshops anymore. But I still want to help guys like you because I remember it was like to be endlessly frustrated with women. I hated knowing that I was a good guy, and yet women just couldn't see it. I felt invisible, and I was sick and tired of being overlooked and ignored by the women I wanted. I wanted to see you have the same kind of results that my students and I have gotten, and so I decided to take everything I knew about this unique method of talking to women and package it up into an easy-to-follow program. It's called 3-Second Sexual Attraction 2.0, and it contains all my best secrets for talking to women in a way that makes them crazy with desire for you. Not only do I teach you the secret structure of how to talk to women in a way that actually works, but I also give you over 300 word-for-word examples of what to say. Here's a small example of what you'll learn in this incredible program. Learn the ins and outs of the single biggest mistake that guys constantly make when they first start learning how to meet and attract women. When you use my simple fixes, you'll be surprised how much easier it is to get girls to want to sleep with you. The exact emotions she needs to feel to get in bed with you, along with a step-by-step process for making her feel each one in rapid-fire succession. You'll trigger a sexual chain reaction she's powerless to stop because it's wired into her DNA. I'll also reveal the secret to serendipity engineering, the process that installs the emotions of love and sexual chemistry into the heart and mind of any woman you meet. Instead of women making excuses for why they don't have time for you, this reverses the roles and make her see you as the one that she's got to be with. And on page 63, I'll share a nifty little move you can use with a woman that is closed off, is playing hard to get, or has her bitch shield up. It gets her to open up. It gets her to reveal herself. And what's weird is it actually gets her attracted to you. Have you ever caught yourself trying to logically convince a woman why she should date you? It doesn't work, does it? Instead, use my totally under-the-radar trick that makes her think it was her idea to be your girlfriend. If you've ever been worried about saying something too edgy or offending a woman, then your worries are now gone. On page 136, I'll show you my refresh button technique. It's an almost magical cocktail containing one sentence and one question that will instantly wipe the slate clean so you can go back to flirting and having fun. Tired of being overlooked and ignored by women? On page 93, you'll be blown away by the 9 sneaky assumptive framing sequences that instantly spike attraction. The first time you try this with a woman, prepare to be shocked by how differently she treats you. You learn the simple secret that makes it easy to know what to say at any given moment during an interaction. If you've ever frozen up or couldn't figure out what to say to keep her interested, then this solves that problem forever. And here's the hint. It has nothing to do with asking her a bunch of questions. That just turns women off immediately and makes them look for a reason to exit the conversation. I'll give you my personal collection of magic phrases that instantly transform any conversation and turn it sexual. Imagine how good it'll feel the first time a woman insists that you come home with her that night. And the best part? All these phrases integrate into your natural way of speaking, so you're totally undetectable. Do you ever worry that you're too boring with women? I'll teach you dozens of ways, including exactly what to say to make yourself into a more confident, humorous man that women love being around. And the best part, you'll still get to be yourself. You'll just be a more interesting and fun version of yourself that women are attracted to. I'll reveal a crazy body language secret I discovered that makes it super easy to kiss a woman within minutes of meeting her. And what's weird is you don't have to say or do anything differently as long as you're using this one simple trick. On page 121, you'll understand how to harness the law of value velocity. It's the secret to having the perfect thing to say at the right moment, no matter what she throws your way. Imagine knowing exactly the right moment to go in for the close and making it look like it was destiny that brought you together, and then suddenly you two are making out. And by the way, this is one of the most powerful ways to overcome that sudden last-minute resistance that women tend to give when they're not sure if they want to sleep with someone. From now on, that'll be a problem only other guys experience, but not you. On page 16, you'll discover the secret to being perceived as fascinating, spontaneous, and fun-loving. Instead of a guy who's needy, always trying to get something. Even better, she'll instantly like you, trust you, and feel comfortable being all alone with you. And on page 21, I'll show you how to create the almost mythic rock star bad boy phenomena, where she perceives you as a dangerous, unpredictable, and instantly attractive man. Your sex appeal will go through the roof. If you ever wanted to know how the assholes and jerks back in grade school did it, this is it. And once you learn this, you can deploy the secret weapon anytime you want to get women dripping wet. You learn tease stacking, a technique so powerful her jaw will drop, her panties will be drenched, and she'll be saying to herself, "I can't believe he just said that, but I want this guy." I'll show you how to create a deep connection in seconds by a ninja strategy I call fundamental needs qualification. Or let me ask you, do you have a nasty habit of stalling out after a few minutes? Run out of things to talk about? You'll never risk losing her attention again with my new jumpstart method. I'll share with you Proximity Kino, a breakthrough I developed to make any woman feel crazy attraction for you in just 3 seconds flat. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever called or texted a woman and she has totally ignored you or chose not to respond? Well, that's a problem of the past, because you're going to learn my powerful texting methods that are guaranteed to hook her attention and get a fast response. One of my students recently emailed me and told me that a woman was playing hard to get with him and being evasive. So he deployed one of my magic texts, and she demanded that he come over and f her right away. He even showed me the texts to prove it. Honestly, this kind of thing happens all the time to me and my students, thanks to these magic little text messages that work like crazy. I'll also show you a super simple strategy to never get cock-blocked by a woman's friends again. In fact, they'll be in your corner urging her to be with you because you're unlike any guy they've ever met. You get all this and much more. Plus, just to make sure you have a ready-to-go arsenal of proven 3-second or less magic words to use with women, I'm giving you well over 300 new word-for-word examples of how to talk to women. All these scenarios and phrases have been tested in the field and proven to work by either myself or my coaches. You can use them as is and get tremendous results as soon as tonight, but even better still, once you practice them even a little bit, you can use them as a springboard to unleash your own power, personality, and charm. This means that even though you're starting out using my examples and proven wording, you'll quickly integrate this way of talking into your own style and start coming up with your own magic words on the fly. Think of it this way. When you first learn how to play an instrument, you start off playing other people's songs, right? Well, it's the same with learning how to talk to women. I'll start you off by giving you a huge tool chest of proven things to say that make women insanely attracted to you. The more you use them, the more you'll surprise yourself as you begin coming up with your own material mid-conversation. And the best part, this material is designed to be incorporated into the way you already talk, so it sounds completely natural, like you're just being yourself. But don't believe me, listen to what happened when these guys started using these magic words in their own interactions with women. Sunday, after reading the book, I go out and I meet a super cute little brunette with some excellent assets. Less than 15 minutes later, we're taking her and her friend to the karaoke bar. I keep running 3-second sexual attraction, and mid-game, and she starts groping and grinding on me. And a couple of hours later, I pull her back to my place like it ain't no thing. Here's another one. I was not ready for how well this new system works. I quickly ended up picking up a girl out of a group of 4 and getting her alone. This stuff works exactly as advertised. She starts to say stuff like, "Stop, you're such an asshole," but with a smile on her face while playfully hitting me, and then she asks more about me. And that's from Kyle, 45. Honestly, I have pages and pages full of testimonials like this from real guys just like you and me. This stuff works because it blends in with how you already talk. Once you understand how the 3-second attraction 2.0 method works and then you practice a bit, then everything becomes easy and effortless, and your problems with attracting women are over. So how much would you expect to pay for a system like this that basically gives you the ability to talk to hot women and make them attracted to you all in one easy-to-follow program? Well, first, let's do a little simple math. Let's be really conservative and say you only go out to socialize once a month, and you spend a mere $30 on drinks, cover, charge, and food, and you end up getting nowhere with women. That's $360 per year wasted, and that's not even counting the money you'd spend buying girls drinks. What if you go out once a week and you spend the same $30? Well, now you're up to $1560 per year, and still no results, no girlfriend, and no sex. And just for comparison, I used to go out 5 nights per week and strike out every single night before I finally learned how to talk to women in a way that made them attracted to me. But you won't have to waste any money on unproductive social time, buying girls drinks, or even taking girls on dates that lead nowhere. Women are more than happy to let you buy them dinner and kiss you on the cheek at the end of the night, but that's as far as it goes. These days, not only do women insist on buying me dinner, but some of them even pay to fly me out to visit them just so they can f me all weekend long. You see, when you start using these magic words to create powerful attraction in women, you suddenly stand out over every other guy, and she can't help but think about you all the time. That's what you get to look forward to once you invest in this program. So now that you know how much money you'd be saving by learning this system and finally getting the results you want, how much would you expect to spend on this program? Keep in mind that up until now, the only way to learn it was to fly out to Los Angeles and take a boot camp with me and my instructors. That would run you about $2,000 plus airfare, hotel, cover charge, so around $3,000 on average. And even at that price, it would be worth every penny, and here is why. That breaks down to $8.22 per day for 1 year to finally start getting the kind of results with women you'd always wanted. Wouldn't it be worth $8.22 per day to always be able to get a girlfriend, a bunch of girlfriends, or to just get laid anytime you want, no matter your looks, age, or income? Isn't it worth $8.22 a day to have other men look at you with respect, awe, and admiration, wondering why you're the only one who always gets so lucky with hot girls? Well, the good news is that you're not going to pay $3,000 to learn the system. Even if I had only charged you half that amount, that would still only be $4.11 a day for a year, which most guys spend every day anyway on stuff like coffee lattes and snacks. But you won't have to pay that much for this system. What if I told you that I'd bring the price down to only $1 for a year? $365. Think about it. What else do you spend $1 on every single day that makes no difference in your ability to talk to women whatsoever? All right. So how much for this life-changing system that basically hands you the ability to talk to women on a silver platter? Believe it or not, the price is only $197, which comes out to 54 cents each day for a year. 54 cents a day to possess an almost magical ability with women that 99% of men will never have. 54 cents a day to gain the ability to walk into any room, talk to any woman you want, and may hear want to sleep with you within one short conversation. Something like that used to sound impossible to me, but I've proven it in my own life and the lives of my students for 10 years now. Now, if $197 sounds pretty good to you, then hang on, because I'm about to blow your mind with an even better offer. But before I tell you the final price, first I want to tell you about these 4 amazing bonuses I'm going to give to you when you order before midnight tonight. As a thank you and a bonus, when you order now, I'm going to go one step further, one step beyond to ensure your success in any situation or circumstance. I'm including 4 tightly written, situation-specific special reports that give you focused, laser-targeted training on the goal you want to achieve or situation you want to prepare for. First, you'll learn how to get the perfect girl. Once you begin using the 3-second attraction system to meet and sleep with as many women as you want, at some point you'll want to use the same material to score a really awesome girlfriend. That's what this report is all about. It teaches you how to use the same way of speaking to women to compel that perfect girl to want to be with you for the long run. You'll stand head and shoulders above all the boring nice guys out there trying to get her attention. She'll want you because you're the guy who can make her feel something. The keys to no strings attached dating. This is almost the opposite skill set of the Perfect Girl Report. This unique report is all about how to use the 3-second attraction system to get as many no strings attached relationships as you desire. Lots of guys think that women aren't open to this, but trust me, after using this in my own life with dozens of women, I know for sure that they are. This report shows you exactly how to go about it and how to handle the most common situations that come up. How to get your ex back. Next, I show you how to use this unique way of talking to women to get your ex back. Maybe she left you. Maybe you still can't stop thinking about her. It's natural to try and do everything you can to get back together. But if you use your old method of talking to women, it'll backfire. In fact, it will probably drive your ex further and further away. With what I show you in this report, you'll go from breakup to makeup with her back in your arms again in no time. And finally, you learn how to score if you're older. Listen, I'm getting up there. I just turned 40, and yet I consistently date hot women in their 20s. If you're over 40 and want to date younger women, then this report will give you the special training you need to make all that happen. You see, you have to take the 3-second attraction 2.0 technology and apply it a little differently when there's a big age gap. I'll show you what to say and how to say it so scoring with younger women is a breeze. All these special reports will give you targeted training in all those areas that previously challenged you in the past. I'll train in you how to calibrate for each unique girl and circumstance while always using the exact same serendipity-generating sex-certain system. Not only that, but for this product launch specifically, I've built out an exclusive members-only website, a place where I'll be updating the course over time with new additions. There you'll also find I've included the audios of the entire course so you can listen on your iPod. One of the things guys tell me about the examples is that it really helps with their delivery when they hear my own tone and inflection. So when I tell a girl something like, "You are special," in that short bus to school sort of way, you better appreciate my sense of style, delivery, and playful sarcasm. Plus, on the website, I'll be releasing new material over the coming months that further helps you not just in the field, but with your mindset and approach and other under-the-radar tactics. So sign up now below, and you'll get free admission to the exclusive webinar, the course audios, and the new material, and all the other goodies. These 4 bonuses are yours absolutely free when you order this program now. So to wrap this up, you're going to get instant access to the entire 3-second attraction system 2.0, which includes the step-by-step instructions to make talking to women super easy. You'll also get over 300 word-for-word examples of exactly what to say and how to say it. I'm even throwing in the audio version of this course as well because I want you to hear the way I say examples so the right tonality gets installed in your brain. That way you'll find yourself saying everything perfectly when you're out talking to women. You'll also get all 4 bonuses plus an audio version of each bonus in case you want to listen in your car or on your MP3 player. Remember, I've taught this exact same system to men all over the world for over 3,000 each, and those guys didn't get the benefit of having everything laid out for them with hundreds of ready-to-use examples. But I realize that not everyone has time or money to do the in-person training. That's why I'm going to make you a one-time special offer you just can't refuse. When you order this program now, you'll get the entire 3-second attraction system, all 4 bonuses, as well as the audio versions of everything for the ridiculously low price of $67. That comes out to 18 cents per day for a year. 18 cents a day for the exact same system that has turned hundreds of ordinary guys who were terribly unlucky with women all their lives into the kind of men that women desire and other men respect. 18 cents a day for a proven method that gets you laid anytime you want. 18 cents a day to guarantee you'll never be lonely again, laying in bed at night wondering what's wrong with you and why women keep putting you in the friend zone or worse, rejecting you. Would you invest 18 cents into yourself every day to finally have the kind of results with women you've always dreamed of? Then go ahead and click the orange Add to Cart button below so you can get instant access to the entire program. The whole ordering process just takes a few minutes, and then you'll gain immediate access to everything, including the bonuses. Look, I know you're tired of freezing up when you talk to women. I know you're sick of watching women politely excuse themselves after talking to you for a while, only to watch them go smile and laugh with some other guy who is no better than you. I know you're tired of hearing, "You're such a great guy. You're like the brother I never had. Some girl will be lucky to have you one day. Of course, just not me, because I don't see you that way. Let's just be friends, okay?" That. From now on, you're done with hearing that crap from the woman you're attracted to. From now on, with me in your corner, you're going to be able to just be yourself while still talking in a way that makes women crazy attracted to you. Instead of women making excuses for why they're too busy to hang out, they'll be making excuses to invite you over to their place late at night. And it all starts right now when you click the orange Add to Cart button below. Oh, and by the way, even though this program is only $67, I want you to know that I am so confident this will totally change your life with women, that I'm going to take all the risk off your shoulders and let you see everything risk-free. My guarantee is simple. Just go through the program one time and start using it with the women you meet. Oh, just be careful if you use this at work. You don't want too many women at work wanting to f you. It could cause problems, so be responsible, okay? So just try it out, and if you don't notice a huge and immediate difference in how women respond to you, then just email me for a complete, no hassle, no questions asked refund. You don't even need a reason. If you don't like the font I used to write the manual, you still get a fast, no hassle refund. You see, I already know how powerful this program is. I already know that once you start trying these magic words out with the women you meet, once you see how crazy women get over you when you start talking to them in this way, you won't part with this information for any price. You get a full 8 weeks to try out the entire program without risk. I can't get any more fair than that. I want to treat you the way I wish other businesses treated me. Are you ready to start finally meeting and sleeping with all the beautiful, gorgeous women you can handle? Then go ahead and click the orange Add to Cart button below this video and get started right away. Now, if you're still on the fence, let me ask you a few questions. How much would it mean to you to finally possess the almost magical ability to talk to any woman, anytime, anywhere? How much would it change your life if you could just get this one area called How to Talk to Women completely handled forever? Look, you've watched this far, and that tells me you're serious about getting this problem handled and finally enjoying the quality and quantity of women that was previously reserved only for royalty, rock stars, and the super rich. Do you know that the average man only sleeps with 7 women in his entire life? When you have this system, you can literally have that many women in a single week if you want to. Or you can use these magic words to attract an amazing, beautiful woman to be in a long-term relationship with. Or maybe you want to get married. Let me ask you this. Would you rather marry whoever you got stuck with because you didn't have very many options, which is exactly what happened to me, by the way? Or would you rather marry the woman of your dreams? Here's something most men don't realize. They think they'll just wait around. When the right woman shows up, everything will just happen like it's supposed to. Bullshit. Here's what really happens. If you don't learn how to talk to women in a way that makes them feel intense, involuntary attraction for you, then when that woman who is absolutely perfect for you comes along, she'll start talking to you, get bored, and move on to some other guy. Isn't that what happened already over and over again? I say enough. I say it's time to change this. It's time to finally have the abundance with women you've always dreamed of. Go ahead and click the big orange Add to Cart button below and invest 13 cents a day into yourself so that when that special someone does come into your life, you'll be ready. You'll have the tools you need to show her who you really are in a way that makes her crazy about you as you are about her. And finally, do you know what will happen if you don't order the system now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But that's what's been happening for years now. It's time to take a stand and become the man you were meant to be with women. I can't wait to get a testimonial from you telling me how different things are and how much better women are treating you. And it all starts right now. Click that orange Add to Cart button right now, and I'll see you on the next page. So you're still here. Maybe you have some questions I haven't answered yet. So let me go through some of the most common ones now. First, is 3-second attraction hard? Like, is there a lot to learn? No, not at all. In fact, many guys get pretty impressive results the same day. Like anything, studying is great, but getting out into the field to prove to yourself it works is the best strategy. Next question, is there a lot of memorization required? Absolutely not. Sure, you could use some of the over 300 proven lines I give you in the book to get you started. There's some killer ones in there, but the key is understanding the specific serendipity and generating sequences I've documented in the book. It's simple once you understand how to put the building blocks together. Question, I've brought all these other PUA and dating systems and have had limited success. Will 3-second sexual attraction replace what I've learned? No, here's the thing. 3-second sexual attraction 2.0 complements and amplifies everything else you've already learned. For instance, let's say you've learned rapport building using NLP. What you'll learn with my book will make rapport building much, much more effective. Of course, building rapport and making it feel like you're best friends forever is all well and good, but my book will show you how to lead the conversation so that in just hours she's ripping off your clothes. Next question. Can reading your book really make me a natural? Let me answer that by sharing this email. I've tried lots of styles, and Mehow's stuff is 2 levels above everything else. I've never seen this before. In every other book, I've only seen truisms with no explanation. Mehow understands and explains everything in detail with a lot of examples, and that's why learning pickup has become extremely easy. This book is not only about picking up women, it's about improving your life. This guy knows. He's been there, tested it, and done it. Every time I'm reading his stuff, my mind sees everything what I've done wrong in field, and I could have figured it out. Every time I practice this stuff, my game improves faster than ever. But the gold is that Mehow tells you how to create your own style and become a natural. And that's from Viken in Poland, who's 27. So give 3-second sexual attraction 2.0 a shot. Put it to the test. Click the Add to Cart button below now, and I'll see you on the inside.